Right now, the Delta variant takes hold, forcing local and federal health agencies to renew their mask guidelines.
And a home suddenly explodes in Jefferson County today. We have the latest from first responders.
Plus, we are taking a ride along with the Wisconsin State Patrol as they step up speeding enforcement around southern Wisconsin.
This is News 3 Now at 10.
And thanks for joining us tonight. Before we get to those stories, we are keeping an eye on the potential for severe weather.
There is a chance for some severe thunderstorms tonight through Wednesday night. Let's go right to Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti with our certified most accurate forecast and a look at what we can expect. Gary?
You know, at 6 o'clock, we had there was nothing going on the radar, but you could see that thunderstorms have developed very rapidly over parts of southeastern Minnesota. Now, a severe thunderstorm watch is in effect till 2 a.m. for areas west of Platteville to Richland Center. You can see some severe thunderstorms southeast of Rochester, Minnesota, starting to spread toward the La Crosse area. Most of these storms are moving southeastward and may affect parts of southern Wisconsin, but it's one little cluster there. It remains to be seen if that area will expand a little bit as we head through the overnight hours. Storm Prediction Center continues to have a severe weather threat through much of southern Wisconsin overnight, but a higher threat, an enhanced risk across most of the state for tomorrow night for the potential for straight line winds as well as isolated tornadoes. High temperatures today were held down a little bit because of the cloud cover and the thunderstorms early this morning. 87 was the best we could do in Madison, but Milwaukee topped out at 92. Current temperatures are still in the mid 70s to around 80 degrees. And take a look at the dew point temperatures out to the west. Mid 70s out toward La Crosse, where those severe thunderstorms are developing. Those areas under heat advisories for tomorrow for heat index readings up to 105. Look for an overnight low of 69 with a chance of thunderstorms overnight. Much of the day tomorrow should be dry with a high of 91 and the heat index from 95 to 100 in most areas. But again, the severe weather potential higher for tomorrow night. I'll have more on that in the forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, Gary, thank you. Heavy rains this morning made for some headaches for people in the La Crosse area. Temporary street flooding throughout the city caused water to pool on roads and into yards. Some cars were stalled after attempting to drive through that high water. And up in northern Wisconsin, at one point today, there were as many as 35,000 Wisconsin Public Service customers without power. Trees and power lines are down. There's a lot of debris in the streets there as well. Langlade County Emergency Management urging people to start preparing for tomorrow's storm as it might cause more extended power outages. Want to remind you ahead of tomorrow's weather. For all of your weather forecast needs when you're away from your television, check out our free First Warn weather app.
Well, Wisconsin's road to recovery appears to be going in the wrong direction. Today, nearly 1,000 new cases were reported in the state. That is the highest it has been since early April. 29 counties are now reporting high transmission levels. In response, with these growing numbers, local health officials around the country are stepping in, including here in Dane County. Today, Public Health Madison and Dane County once again recommending that everyone, regardless of vaccination status, wear a mask indoors in public places and at private events.
When COVID first appeared, we didn't know that masking could dramatically reduce the spread of the virus. Today, we know that wearing a mask is crucial. Between vaccines and masking up, we have the ability to put an end to this latest surge and get this virus back under control.
And it comes on the heels of similar new guidance today from the CDC, which says fully vaccinated Americans should still wear masks in indoor public settings, specifically where there is substantial or high transmission rates. It comes as officials blame the Delta variant for a surge in cases and hospitalizations, especially for unvaccinated Americans. The CDC also recommending all staff and students wear masks in K through 12 schools, regardless of vaccination status. And another COVID-related development tonight, Brewers star outfielder Christian Yelich tests positive for the virus despite being vaccinated. That was announced this afternoon by Brewers general manager David Stearns. Yelich placed on the COVID-related injury list. His symptoms have been described as mild. One person killed today in Jefferson County after a massive home explosion this afternoon happened in the town of Sullivan.
As you can see from the aerial video, debris was tossed around the neighborhood. Our photojournalist Lance Height was on the scene today.
First responding units, upon arrival, encountered a large debris field of a single-family home that was essentially leveled to the ground. There was a large debris field about a block in perimeter on either side of it. The fire crews also encountered active fire. At that time, they began extinguishment of that fire. Approximately an hour into the extinguishment of the fire, crews did find one individual.
There were no further injuries to report. The individual that was located at the residence was home by themselves.
This appeared to be a gas leak, but that remains under investigation. In order for gas to explode, and we respond frequently to gas leaks indoors and outdoors, gas has to reach an explosive level. That does take a period of time for it to reach that explosive level, and then you need a trigger to have it ignite.
We have had our chance to speak to the family, and it's tragic, it's devastating. They've lost a loved one.
And that was photojournalist Lance Height reporting. Authorities are not identifying that person who died.
In the Halderson investigation, the Dane County Sheriff's Office told us today it is hoping to have an update later in the week. Now, the last time we heard from the sheriff on this case was last week when authorities were searching a pond near the family's Windsor home. Some of Bart Halderson's remains were discovered this month, but his wife, Krista, remains missing. The couple's son, Chandler, is being held in the Dane County Jail on a $1 million bond. The man accused of killing 8 people at 3 Atlanta area spas earlier this year has received 4 life sentences and is still facing additional charges. 22-year-old Robert Aaron Long appeared in court, pleading guilty to all charges against him. He killed 4 people in Cherokee County. Those were the murders Long pleaded guilty to in court today, then drove to Atlanta and gunned down 4 more people. Of Long's 8 murder victims, 6 were Asian women.
The House Select Committee investigating the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol had its first hearing today. Emotional testimony from 4 police officers recalled the trauma they encountered while defending the Capitol that day, giving the panel their firsthand accounts of being outnumbered. Some said they were dragged into the crowd and attacked with their own gear and weapons.
The indifference shown to my colleagues is disgraceful.
I could feel myself losing oxygen and recall thinking to myself, this is how I'm going to die.
The mob of terrorists were coordinating their efforts now, shouting heave, ho, as they synchronized, pushing their weight forward, crushing me further against the metal door frame.
There was an attack carried out on January 6th, and a hitman sent them. I want you to get to the bottom of that.
The bipartisan investigation is facing criticism from some House Republicans over the committee's membership. Congressman Adam Kinzinger, who is one of 2 Republicans on the panel, got emotional, saying Americans deserve answers.
Democracies are not defined by our bad days. We're defined by how we come back from bad days, how we take accountability for that.
Never seen before video showing the violent clashes between police and the sea of rioters who stormed the building in chaos was shown during today's hearing.
Wisconsin Assembly Republicans have failed in their attempt to override Governor Evers' veto of a bill that would have ended the $300 a week in federal unemployment aid. Republicans fell 5 votes short of the 2/3 majority needed today to override. No Democrats joined them in that effort. Republicans argued that the federal payment on top of Wisconsin's nearly weekly $370 unemployment benefit was motivating people to stop looking for jobs. The Milwaukee Common Council today approves a settlement between the city and former police chief Alfonso Morales worth $627,000 plus more than $1,500 for mediation costs. In return, Morales will drop state and federal lawsuits. Milwaukee PD, though, still without a permanent police chief. Just yesterday, Morales was announced as a finalist for the chief of police job in Fitchburg.
Madison police are investigating another burglary at Henry Vilas Zoo, the second one in about a month. It was reported this morning. Officers say someone entered the zoo overnight and stole items, but police are not saying what they are. Just last month, someone broke open the donation box and stole the cash inside. If you're on the roads this week, you'll want to slow down. The Wisconsin State Patrol is conducting air traffic enforcement missions throughout the state to help keep you safe.
Talia Muhaddin spoke with those officers in the sky and shares what they'll be looking for from above.
Representatives from the State Patrol say they're always hoping for voluntary compliance when they announce their aerial enforcement missions. But in the hour I spent on a ride-along this afternoon with troopers, it became clear to me not everyone got the memo.
It's a concentrated enforcement area targeting a very small section of the interstate on Highway 59.
Targets under the bridge in 3, 2, 1.
Takes a little bit of coordination to get us all in the same area.
That involves state troopers on the ground and in the sky.
We don't get to work as a team very often, so when we do, it's kind of a fresh breath of fresh air.
Taking advantage of the view from up above.
Target lane 1 did not exit, did not exit.
It is very easy to pick out the quickest vehicle in your field of view, and also easy to see very aggressive driving, rapid lane changes, following too close, things like that.
Utilizing basic physics, speed equals distance divided by time.
There's lines painted on the highway every 660 feet or 1/8 of a mile.
Only the stopwatch is 15,000 feet above ground.
I start the clock at the first stripe, and I'll stop it at the next one. The VAS car will compute the speed.
That speed, along with the vehicle description, is relayed to a ground car on standby to initiate a traffic stop.
With not a lot of effort, with 3 vehicles over 105 miles an hour in an hour, it's hard to argue that it's not an effective tool.
An effective tool, these troopers say, helps keep everyone safe.
Citations going to be issued for speeding this afternoon? Unfortunately, for those folks, it's an expensive lesson, but one that we feel is important.
In a 4-hour span this afternoon, State Patrol says it made 40 traffic stops. The average speed of cars was 91 miles per hour, while the highest speed of any car trooper spotted was 109 miles per hour.
The average, 91? Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
I witnessed 109 myself, so.
My goodness.
We're
All
moving
right.
out there.
Thank you, Talil.
Still ahead tonight, a first-of-its-kind graduation inside Wisconsin's Department of Corrections. Story just ahead. Stay with us.
Save on the best name brand mattresses with the A1 Instant Rebate with a huge selection in stock now. Your choice, 14-inch firm or plush queen mattress, just $4.99.
Madison's locally owned family furniture store.
Save online or in-store with the A1 Instant Rebate.
At JP Morgan, the only definition of wealth that matters is yours. It can be a smaller house, but a bigger nest egg, a goal to work toward, or the freedom to walk away. With 200 years of experience, personalized advice, and commission-free trades on an award-winning app, we're working for you. Planning, investing, advice. JP Morgan Wealth Management.
Looks like it's time to trade, because it's trade month at your local Ford dealers. Get more cash for your eligible trade-in. Any brand, any model, all month long. Get Trade Assist cash on top of what your eligible vehicle is worth and trade up to a new Ford SUV. Your trade-in is worth more than you think, only during Trade Month. Right now, get up to $2,000 Trade Assist bonus cash on eligible models. It's Trade Month at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
How do you use your energy? Hitting the ball farther than yesterday? Fielding whatever comes your way? Trying to shine as bright as the sun? At Alliant Energy, we bring more clean, renewable energy to our customers every single day to power what matters to you. Because even during the most powerful moments in our lives, we're not thinking about power. We're thinking about each other. Alliant Energy, powering beyond.
Perfect. The color, the flowers.
That's just
the whole place looks amazing. I love it.
Sophia, whatever happens, we're here to protect you. Thank you.
There's no room for fear in your dream home policy from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
Save now on furniture with the A1 Instant Rebate with a huge selection of inventory available now. Your choice, 2-piece sofa and love seater sectional, just $9.99.
Madison's locally owned family furniture store.
Save online or in-store with the A1 Instant Rebate.
As the CrossFit Games heat up in Madison, News 3 Now brings you live exclusive coverage.
Join us live for the CrossFit Games Friday on News 3 Now this morning.
And on Live at 4 with Mark and Susan.
Plus your weekend forecast, that's Friday, starting at 4:30.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back for the 10th year in a row. UW hospitals, that includes the University Hospital and UW Health at the American Center, have been ranked the best in Wisconsin according to U.S. News & World Report's annual Best Hospitals ranking. Well, the seats may be full on your next flight, but the fuel tank, well, that may be a different story. There have been growing reports of a jet fuel shortage as airlines try to keep up with the increased travel demand. This problem could cause some flights to be canceled and airlines to make extra stops to get gas. It's a big issue in western airports that are popular vacation venues like Idaho, Montana, and Utah.
Walmart is expanding its incentive program for workers who want to go to college. The company will now pay full tuition costs for staffers attending 10 academic partner schools and cover the cost of books. Both part-time and full-time employees are eligible. About 28,000 of Walmart's 1.5 million workers participate in the program. Today is marking a milestone for the Wisconsin Department of Corrections.
20 inmates received their diplomas, making them the first class in a Wisconsin DOC-sponsored program to graduate with a liberal arts bachelor's degree. Our photojournalist Jim Rader was at Waupun Correctional Institution for the ceremony.
At these graduations, I'm able to celebrate the success of persons in our care as they work to improve their lives through education.
We formed the Wisconsin Inmate Education Association, known as WIA, to pursue similar opportunities for incarcerated persons in Wisconsin.
Approach people like me that was once incarcerated at a young age. They come in at a young age. You know, let them know, like, hey, you can do this with your time. You don't have to just sit back and, you know, do nothing. You can be proactive. You don't have to be reactive.
Now, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents and the vote of the faculty,
We fully embrace the whole concept of providing educational programming as a way for the folks in our care to lift themselves up while they're incarcerated and lift themselves up and support themselves in their communities when they return home.
You still got a future. There's a lot of stuff that you can do with your time. There's a lot of improvement that you can do upon yourself. And there's a lot of help that you can offer others that you encounter as you go through this journey.
That was photojournalist Jim Rader reporting.
All 20 now have degrees in biblical studies from Trinity International University. A total of 55 others are still enrolled in the program. Well, check out this video today from Turkey. A huge waterspout whirled off the coast of Sinop province as storms and heavy rain triggered flash floods. Video shot by a local journalist show the intense vortex swirling above the water of the Black Sea. Heavy rains in the city caused partial floods and traffic jams. Waterspouts like these are not common in Turkey.
And Gary's back with more on tomorrow's alert day and when we might be at most risk for some severe weather. Gary?
Yeah, there's a potential for a couple of isolated severe thunderstorms tonight. And three things you need to know. We've got the first round coming through, just a few scattered thunderstorms. This is one of those situations where some of us could get heavy rain and the potential for severe weather. Others may miss out on the rain altogether because the storms are more localized. Then after a hot and very humid day tomorrow with heat index readings up around 100 degrees or even higher in our western viewing area, it'll stay mainly dry during the day, and then the higher severe weather potential arrives tomorrow night. Now, in the short term, we can see some severe thunderstorms moving through parts of southeastern Minnesota. The most severe cells where the warnings are in effect are moving almost straight south toward Iowa, but you can see the storms expanding off to the north and east. So we may see a line of storms develop that could move through parts of southern Wisconsin with time. But notice the rest of southern Wisconsin right now precipitation free. So again, it's not a slam dunk that everybody will get rain tonight, but there is a severe weather potential, a slight risk of severe thunderstorms even as far east as the Madison area. Tomorrow, the severe weather potential is highest through the central portion of the state, basically from the Twin Cities through around Madison to Milwaukee, an enhanced risk or a level 3 risk for the potential for widespread wind damage in some areas as well as hail. So the area most at risk for the wind gusts of 75 miles per hour or greater is in this hatched area, but this is where the highest probabilities are, and you can see the probabilities drop off to the southwest. Hail threat higher to the north and west. This area could see hail of 2 inches in diameter or larger. So again, another problem there, and then even a risk for some isolated tornadoes, more likely where the storms first form before they form into a line. That's up north and west of the Dells up toward the Twin Cities, but still an outside risk of a tornado elsewhere across southern Wisconsin. Once the storms form a line, the tornado threat usually goes down, but the high wind potential increases. And heavy rain, also the potential there for some of that. 1 to 3 inches of rain in some of these thunderstorm cells, but exactly where they're going to track, still hard to say. But what you see from this graphic is that there are other areas that see very little rain. So again, it's hit and miss. So we'll just have to wait and see. Once those storms form, we'll have a better idea what the severe weather potential timing is. But we have an alert day in the forecast for tomorrow night for storms that could produce high winds, heavy rain, hail, and maybe even an isolated tornado. tornado. High temperatures today were held down a bit because of cloud cover in the morning, but we still made it up to 87 in Madison. Milwaukee have more sunshine. They hit 92, but notice out to the west, those 90s, and dew point temperatures out there right now are in the middle 70s. So a heat advisory is in effect for the western portion of our viewing area. Tonight, severe thunderstorm watch until 2 a.m. for Richland, Crawford, and Grant counties. A heat advisory for Grant, Richland, and Crawford counties, as well as areas to the west from 10 a.m. tomorrow morning through 9 p.m. tomorrow evening. Tonight, a chance for a shower or thunderstorm. Any storm could become severe. Low temperature at 69. Tomorrow, dry during the day with a high of 91. It'll be humid with heat index readings from about 95 to 100. Just a slight chance for a thunderstorm during the day. But on future track, most of the thunderstorms will be out of here shortly after midnight. And then we'll see a break overnight through much of the day tomorrow. Notice those temperatures getting up into the low 90s. Then a couple of waves of thunderstorms rolling on through with a high wind and heavy rain potential. By early Thursday morning, those storms settle down to the south, and then we start to see a drop in the humidity. But those rainfall amounts, again, those bands perhaps of 1 to 2 or more inches of rain, whereas other areas, bands of very little in the way of rain. But once the thunderstorms end on Thursday morning, notice what happens to the rain chances. They pretty much go away. We're not seeing much in the way of rain chances, in fact, as we head through much of next week. So hopefully we get some rain out of this, because after that, we'll go back to dry weather.
This really is.
Like on and off with a switch.
This is the opportunity. This is it.
Got to get some, help the drought out.
Be nice to have a nice little soaker and not severe stuff knocking things over.
Yeah, or have it all come down at once, like what happened in lacrosse.
Yeah, exactly. Gary, thank you.
Thanks.
Still to come tonight, after months of drama, Aaron Rodgers returns, and he may have one of his old favorite targets joining him. That story ahead. Stay with us.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. Thanks to your support, you've helped make MyPillow become one of the fastest growing companies in America. Over the last 12 years, you've helped MyPillow create thousands of jobs right here in the USA. Every MyPillow is made with passion here in my home state of Minnesota to ensure you get the best sleep of your life.
One of the things that I really like about MyPillow is the support. It gives my neck a little hug.
I've never slept better in my life. What's better than a great night's sleep?
Call or go online to take advantage of my best offer ever. For a limited time, when you use your promo code, you can get premium MyPillows regularly $69.98, now only $29.98. That's right, only $29.98. That's the lowest price ever. I tried every pillow, from expensive down pillows that just went flat to fiber-filled pillows that rebound every time you move your head. I even tried those memory foam pillows, and the curve did not match my neck, and it probably won't match yours. That's why I invented MyPillow. My patented fill adjusts to your exact individual needs and helps keep your neck supported and aligned.
When I got MyPillow, I'm asleep almost immediately. I stay asleep at night, and I wake up more well-rested in the morning.
MyPillow has a 10-year warranty. It's machine washable and dryable, and I back them with my 60-day money-back guarantee. Call or go online now to take advantage of my best offer ever. Use the promo code to get queen-size premium MyPillows regularly $69.98 for only $29.98. Get king-size MyPillows for just $5 more. It's the lowest price ever. This is a limited-time offer and not available in stores. Don't delay. Order now. With our 60-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to lose. Sleep well, America!
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
You guys got any signal?
I've only got one bar, Dad. Anything? I think it's getting weaker.
Experience hybrid performance that takes you further.
What about now?
Nope.
Anything?
I've got nothing.
Perfect.
And feel what it's like to truly connect at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. See Lexus of Madison.
If you can afford to launch yourself into space, you can pay your fair share in taxes. But billionaires and big corporations have avoided paying taxes for years. President Joe Biden's plan makes the rich pay their fair share so we can cut taxes for families with children and create millions of good jobs. Tell Senator Ron Johnson to stop putting billionaires ahead of the middle class. If you can afford to joyride in space, you can pay your fair share.
Reports are one thing, but seeing Aaron Rodgers show up to training camp in style made it feel like the real deal. Rodgers looks like he'll be back in Green Bay for 2021. Now, we told you yesterday new reports suggest Rodgers struck a deal with the team this past weekend, but it comes with some concessions. Reports say this will likely be his last year with the Pack because the last year of his contract will be voided. The team reported for training camp today with practice officially starting tomorrow, and I'll be there watching the entire team hit the field together, including that star quarterback, so stay with us. More good news for the Pack. Rumors indicate that former Packers slot receiver Randall Cobb could be heading back to Green Bay and that a trade with the Texans is in the works. Some reports even go as far as to say that it's a done deal, but no official word from the Packers just yet. Cobb played with the Packers for his first 8 years in the league, racking up over 5,500 yards and 41 tutties. In Madtown, the Suter last name holds a lot of weight, especially in the rink. And now that last name will be used to help dozens of families across Madison. The Madcaps and the Bob Suter Memorial Foundation have teamed up to organize the inaugural Bob Suter Memorial Classic, The Game, which will feature former Badgers and pros alike and has the goal of donating hockey equipment to families across 10 local youth hockey organizations. And for Ryan Suter, it's about building the game and carrying on his father's legacy.
He would be so proud. He dedicated his life to giving back to kids and helping kids. And for us to be able to do this and to donate 100 sets of hockey equipment to local kids is a pretty special thing.
The game is set for this Thursday at Bob Suter's Capitol Ice Arena. The puck drops at 6 with an autograph session taking place before.
All right, Jordan, thanks. With Christian Yelich in COVID protocol for the next 10 days, Brewers got Lorenzo Cain back tonight. First time since June 1st. He was 2 for 5 with an RBI. Omar Narvaez and Rowdy Tellez drove in 7 of the Brewers' 9 runs. They blanked the Pirates. Shocking news out of Tokyo today. World champion gymnast Simone Biles withdrew from the women's team gymnastics event citing mental health concerns. The 24-year-old dropped out after a disappointing vault, later telling reporters she has to focus on her mental health and not jeopardize her health and well-being.
I just felt like it would be a little bit better to take a back seat, work on my mindfulness, and I knew that the girls would do an absolutely great job, and I didn't want to risk the team a medal for kind of my screw-ups because they've worked way too hard for that. So I just decided that those girls need to go in and do the rest of the competition.
And without Biles, Team USA took home silver. The Russian Olympic Committee team walked away with gold. Team USA is planning to have a mental rest day tomorrow, and we'll be right back.
At Pick and Save, we take scrutinizing freshness to a whole new level, where only the best of the best of the best will do. But just because you can't get any higher than perfect 10 produce, that doesn't mean that we won't try. Because Pick and Save produce isn't just fresh, it's fresher than fresh. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Getting your air ducts thoroughly cleaned takes the trained professionals at Stanley Steamer using the most powerful equipment to get the most powerful results. Our equipment goes deep inside your ducts, removing years of dirt, pet hair, allergens, even dust mites. Unlike other air duct cleaning companies, Stanley Steamer cleans your entire system. Just look at how much dirt can be removed. Call today for a free inspection and save $50 on a cleaning.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Unlock a summer of possibilities in a new Chevy. Expand your options and your perspective. Find your next adventure in a new Chevy.
Make no monthly payments for the rest of the summer on all Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups. Plus, get 2.49% financing when you finance with GM Financial. And get $2,000 cash allowance.
Looks like they finally got rid of that trip hazard. They pump it full of mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Where are the patched holes? Where's the splashed mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Concrete lifting technologies can quickly raise and level any concrete surface using cutting-edge foam technology made in Wisconsin. Fast and accurate and eco-friendly.
How did those guys do it? Where are the holes? Where's the mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
A Madison Magazine exclusive, the untold story of Nirvana on the 30th anniversary of Nevermind, and Madison's pivotal role in the band's runaway success. With never-seen photos and local accounts, get your collector's issue of Madison Magazine on newsstands now. Congratulations to Madison Magazine for earning top industry honors for outstanding journalism and design, including the coveted prize for general excellence in the 36th Annual National City and Regional Magazine Awards.
First Warn Weather, certified most accurate forecast. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Finally tonight, SpaceX just landed a major launch services contract for an upcoming NASA mission to Jupiter's moon. The deal to explore the moon Europa is worth roughly $178 million. The Europa Clipper mission is scheduled to launch in October of 2024 from Kennedy Space Center in Florida. It is the first ever attempt to perform a detailed investigation of Jupiter's icy moon.
Doesn't it look pretty, Charlotte?
That
is.
like
a place you'd like to visit?
You know, from a distance, it's always lovely.
Keep it at a distance. It's pretty ugly.
Always lovely.
And it's very cold. Gary's going to take a final check of the forecast.
Yeah, our heat could probably melt all that ice right away. We've got a severe thunderstorm watch for our western viewers until 2 a.m. You can see some severe thunderstorms over southeastern Minnesota getting ready to move into northeastern Iowa, but storms now expanding toward the La Crosse area. Some of those storms have been producing hail up to the size of quarters or even a little bit larger. That's the main threat, but if they become more of a line, there could be a bit of a wind threat. But you can see the general southward movement. Tomorrow, the severe weather threat mainly tomorrow night through much of southern Wisconsin.